of...
Mr. Chair, I directed
Andale
the
po.
question to you.
I am not yet finished my manifestation or answer to the query of the Honorable Marcoleta. Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Please
Chair,
wait
was
to be
the
recognized.
Honorable...
Congressman Marcoleta, wait to
Chairman.
be recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I have all the
Mr.
right.
Chair,
Paduano, you
the
have the-
question was addressed to...
So yun no, mga kabanat, no, yun ang intro ng ating video. Dito kasi sa unang portion ng ating video kanina, bago yun, nagsalita si Castro at pumasok itong si Congressman Marcoleta. Yun nga, kasi na-contempt nga itong si Sulaika. Kasi ang pinanindiganan ito ni Chairman Chowa, no? Chowa. Pakikorek nga ako mga kabanat kung Chowa talagang pangalan niyan, apelyido niyan. Isa daw sa dahilan kaya na-contempt itong si Sulaika doon sa nagpagsulat niya doon sa COA na hindi mo na i-release, hindi ibigay, wag ibigay yung report sa Kongreso kasi hindi pa tapos. Yun ang reason, no? Kaya kinontempt nila si Sulaika dahil ayaw cooperate. So yun, tinatanong ni Congressman Marcoleta yung ganun yung reason, no? Kasi isa sa mga nakita pa yung pagpakialam daw ni Sulaika doon sa staff ni BP Sara. Kaya nga na yung yung 'di ba last hearing nagsabi si Sulaika na parang nasabihan sa ni BP Sara na sabihan itong si isa sa mga ng DepEd na wala na siyang trust, no? Wala nang tiwala yung Vice President sa kanya at pinagre-resign na siya. Isa sa mga reason na yun, kaya isa pa yun na reason kaya na-contempt, no? Pangalawang reason yun nga na-contempt itong si Sulaika. So ngayon tinatanong ni wala daw due process doon sa mga pinagtatanggal. Alam nyo mga kabanat, kung mapanood nyo kanina sa video ni Presidenta Sara Duterte, yung nagtanggal pala doon ay pati pala si President Bongbong Marcos at tinanggap pala yung resignation na yun. So ibig sabihin, dapat si President Bongbong Marcos ipatawag din sa hearing na ito at pa-explain din ano yung sa side niya para maging fair o patas talaga yung ganitong pag-hearing. Kasi hindi mo alam kung saan ba talaga. Ang gulo Ang gulo ng sitwasyon mga kabanat. No? Di alam ng tao kung ano ba talaga. No? Maraming natutuwa. Maraming nagagalit, no? Hindi ko alam kung makikinabang ba talaga yung bansa dito sa ginawa nilang hearing, 'di ba? So ito, itutuloy ko itong video.
Is there second to the motion?
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Marcoleta.
thank you, Mr. Chair. Before an action may be taken by the committee, may I know how the totality of evidence was evaluated that merited the contempt order by the chair?
Congresswoman Castro.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to
Mr. Chair, may I
to
answer?
apprise the
Yes,
court,
Congresswoman.
Mr. Chair,
So,
that in the case
so
of
sino po ang ina-acknowledge niyo, Ms. Karen, nire-recognize,
This is-
Mr. Chair?
this
Congressman
is a point of
Marcoleta.
information, Mr.
Okay.
Chair. This is
Yes.
something that has to do with the rights
Congressman
of the liberty
Marcoleta.
people. In the court,
Pinatayan na naman siya.
Congressman Marcoleta, let us, the chair recognizes
So,
Congresswoman
may I
Castro.
ask, Mr. Chair?
Please proceed, Congresswoman Castro.
Mr. Chair, may I ask the action of the committee first on my motion,
Inat yung audio. Galing.
Mr. Chair, before we entertain.
We will rule on the
Okay,
motion first.
okay.
Is there any second to the motion?
Mr. Chair, may I be recognized, please?
Duly seconded. Is there any objection?
Ba't may sumasapaw na boses? Ang gulo.
Mr. Chair,
Hearing none, the motion is
I was
carried.
recognized
Mr. Chair.
earlier before any action may be taken by the court, by the chair. Why is it that I am not allowed to speak?
Congressman Marcoleta, there is a pending motion. We just acted
Yes,
on the
but
pending
before
motion
that
first.
motion can be taken up, because this is about the liberty of an individual. May I be May I be heard?
Yes, you will be heard, Congressman Marcoleta, but we just acted on the motion. Now, Congresswoman Castro, please, could you please answer the query of Congressman Marcoleta?
I have not yet asked the question, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
I
please
am trying to
continue.
explain my point.
Please continue, Congressman Marcoleta.
Because in the totality of evidence, as stated by Honorable Castro, there is an existing case, Mr. Chair. Cong versus Senate, GR number 257401, which says that the court ruled that the determination of whether a testimony was false or evasive requires an assessment of the totality of evidence presented to determine whether a witness speaks truthfully or merely trying to evade answering the question directly. So I am asking, Mr. Chair, how was the totality of evidence assessed, if ever it was assessed? Ano po yung pinagbatayan? I think we deserve to know how the assessment was made. This concerns the liberty of an individual. Under the Constitution, no one should be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. I think Attorney Lopez deserves to be heard. Ano po yung assessment na ginawa ng chair o ng committee? Kasi po, ang nabasa ko lang o nakita ko, Mr. Chair, Attorney Lopez wrote the COA explaining the position of the OBP that the audit observation memo is not conclusive, which means, Mr. Chair, Attorney Lopez is merely explaining the nature of an audit observation memo. If I were the lawyer of the OBP, I would have done the same, because I think the very nature of the AOM, it is not final and executory. Why would the COA abdicate its mandate of auditing the transaction or the funds utilization of the OBP? Why would the committee, Mr. Chair, arrogate upon itself the very mandate and responsibility of the Commission on Audit? Article 9D, Section 2, Paragraph 1 of the 1987 Constitution, Mr. Chair, I will read. The Commission on Audit shall have the power, authority, and the duty to examine, audit, and settle all accounts pertaining to the revenue and receipts of and expenditures or uses of funds and property. Mr. Chair, this constitutional provision jibes with Section 25, Paragraph 2 of Presidential Decree 1445 or the State Audit Code of the Philippines, which says, to develop and implement a comprehensive audit program that shall encompass an examination of financial transactions, accounts, and reports, including evaluation of compliance with applicable laws and regulations. Meaning to say, Mr. Chair, the mandate and authority to audit accounts on the expenses or expenditures of government is only the COA. I believe it is my respectful submission, Mr. Chair, that this committee usurped that particular mandate and that will now put the Commission on Audit positions in a compromise, Mr. Chair. How will you now assess the authority, the integrity, and the mandate? It is an independent constitutional body which mandate rests upon them. And I think the audit observation memo, Mr. Chair, is still under process by the committee, by the Commission on Audit. Why would we take that responsibility from the Commission on Audit? Why don't we allow the process to proceed and complete that investigation? I am raising a constitutional issue before this committee, Mr. Chair. We cannot arrogate upon ourselves the principal mandate reposed to the COA. It is the Constitution itself which gave them that responsibility, that authority and mandate. Where in Article 7 of the Philippine Constitution, which is the grant of legislative power, can this committee arrogate upon itself that particular mandate? I would like that question to be answered, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Marcoleta. The Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, just to clear it out with regards to the jurisprudence that's cited by the Honorable Marcoleta with regards to Ong versus Senate, that is true. No, that the resolution of the Supreme Court favors Lincoln Ong, but that is a question of due process because Lincoln Ong was that time was cited in contempt. Now, question the case of
Mr. Chair, I directed
Andale
the
po,
question to you.
I am not yet finished my manifestation or answer to the query of the Honorable Marcoleta. Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Please
Chair,
wait
was
to be
the
recognized.
Honorable...
Congressman Marcoleta,
Mr.
wait to
Chairman.
be recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I have all
Mr.
the right.
Chair,
Paduano, you
the
have the-
question was addressed to...
So, sa portion ng video na ito mga kabanat, kinat na yung poses ni
Congressman
Marcoleta
Marcoleta, let me first recognize Congressman Paduano.
Before you answer, before you recognize him,
Congressman
I
Marcoleta,
deserve,
you are out of order.
Mr. Chair, an answer.
1 minute suspension declared by Chair.
So yun mga kabanat dito, hindi na pinasalita dito si Congressman Marcoleta pagkatapos ng ganitong mga pagkakainitan. Kasi may karong katanungan si Congressman Marcoleta. Sus Maria. Wala, hindi na tuloy. Maria Girapon. Haba nang.
Manuel from Kabataan Party List, Deputy Majority Leader Honorable Raul Daniel A. Manuel from Kabataan Party List.
Pool or courteous, nakita po ng committee na ang kanyang mga sagot at mga pagkilos mula sa mag-umpisa ng inquiry nito ay evasive, uncooperative, and untruthful. Ang suma total at kabuuan ng kanyang mga acts and responses ultimately convinced the committee that Attorney Lopez was guilty of interfering in and frustrating Congress exercise of its power of legislative inquiry. Halimbawa, isolated incident lang daw ang kanyang pagtanggal kay Yusek Gloria Mercado sa DepEd, subalit napaamin rin siya kalaunan na may mga iba pa siyang mga tinatanggal na opisyal sa DepEd kahit na hindi siya opisyal neto. Paulit-ulit din pong sinabi ni Attorney Lopez po sa... Maraming salamat po, Congressman Marcoleta.
Mr. Chair, yun nga po yung tinatanong ko sa inyo kanina kung paano ginanap yung assessment ng totality of evidence. Sapagkat kung napansin po ninyo, isinama po yung di umano ay pagtatanggal ng ibang kawani ng DepEd na wala yatang ang pagkakatingin ko po sa mga minutes ay wala pong due process na pinagtatanggal po sila. Isa po yun yata sa ebidensya na ipinasok ninyo sa totality. Tama po ba?
Isa lamang po yun sa mga napag-usapan po.
Gusto ko lamang pong puntuhan
Tama
yun
po.
sapagkat ako po bilang isa, tinanggal po ako sa lahat ng aking committee. Hindi ko man lang po alam kung ano yung kasalanan ko. I was not even informed. The first element of due process is notice. I was not notified. What did I do wrong? Wala po. Pero pinagtatanggal po ako, tinanggap ko naman eh. Pero wala pong due process. Yung po ang gusto kong ipaintindi rin. Pati nga po yung membership ko sa Commission on Appointments na wala namang kinalaman dito sa gawain natin sa Kongreso, tinanggal din po ako ron. Meron po bang due process? Tingnan po ninyo yung ginawa niyang sulat.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order.
What is the point
I
of
think,
order,
Mr.
Congressman
Chairman, the
Fernandez?
good gentleman is not under investigation in this committee, and we are investigating other matter. If you wanted to be investigated
Mr. Chair,
matter, I think,
I
Mr. Chairman,
I
this is not
still
the
have
right
the
point
floor,
of order
Mr.
is
Chair.
proper.
I still have the
What is-
floor, Mr.
what is the
Marcoleta.
point of
I'm still-
order?
the point
Congressman
of order.
Marcoleta, please
to
wait to
suspend,
be
Mr.
recognized.
Chair.
1 minute
Pwede
suspension
po
is
bang
declared by the
pigilan
chair.
ng isang nagsasalita?
Mr. Chair, while you are suspended, may we respectfully request that all the employees of the Office of the Vice President sit together so that we can easily confer with each other, because the other employees are quite few seats away from us. So we want to sit together so that we can confer easily with each other. Please, thank you.
Point of order, that's the second highest motion. So he has to respect it, the point of order of, no.
May I proceed, Mr. Chair?